Hey, welcome back to edtech. Today I'll be teaching you how to build a product landing page. This is part of the freeCodeCamp front-end web design certification program, and in this product landing page tutorial, I'll be showing you part 1 today. I have divided into three parts rather, to make it less complicated, less complex, and turn it into mini series so that you can understand better and grasp better. And while watching the tutorial, you'll also learn some concepts along the way of how to build a product landing page. All right, so let's get started with our CodePen file. Okay, so we have a basic file here, HTML body file, and let me just clean up my file. Okay, and then I show you this freeCodeCamp test task. If you run the test now, because we've not started the test, so it's showing just failures. Okay, so let's see the task here and get started. It's easier that way. There are 16 tasks to achieve. So what's the first task? It should have, my product landing page should have a header element with corresponding ID equal to header. So let's do it task by task. So the first task is to make a header for our product landing page with an ID of header. Simple. So let's get that done. But before doing a landing page, you need to have a wrapper or a container, right? So let me do that. Let's make a div to wrap all the elements and the sections together. And I call this div class to be container, so that it can act as the main container to hold all the parts. Okay, and this will help us while doing the CSS to let things look and wrap decently around everything. Okay, now let's go to the header part. Simple. I just make a header element, header, open and close. Now, according to the project, you need to have an ID for this header, and the ID will be header. So just follow the task and the instructions. Check the solution. Check the run test. Let's run the test. There you go. Pass the test. So my product landing page should have a header element with ID header. That's passed. Next. And then it says 3 tests because I believe some layout question has been achieved. Okay, the navbar should be at the top of the viewport because navbar is part of the header. We've created the header, so they've let us pass the test. Okay, so let's see the next question. Next question is, I can see an image within the header element with a corresponding ID equal to header image. A company logo would make a good image here. So the task is to build a company logo. You can make any fictitious logo if you don't have a company yet. That's okay. I'll show you how to do that. And then, but first thing first, we need to make a div for this logo, right? Because that's in a separate section, but that's in a separate div, but within the header, because this is part of the header, the logo. So again, I close this. I go here within the header. It says within the header, the logo. So again, a div. So I make a div within the header, inside the header, and then in order to identify that it's a logo, I call it div class. I give it a class to know that this is a logo. So the div class is logo. Sorry for that disturbance. That was my cat sneezing. Ha ha ha. I can't help it while I'm shooting. Also, my cat tags along with me. Okay. So here you have a div class with logo and then close the div. Now, in order to show the logo, you need an image, right? So I need an image source. So first thing first, let's do the code for the image. We've done this earlier. Image source, img source, and then the equal to sign. Then you need this inverted. Within the inverted, you need to inverted commas. You need to write the link of the image. Okay. So what I do, you can what I'll be doing is I'll be heading over to my Imgur site. That's the easiest way to do. So you can just sign up on Imgur. Then you can upload any image and then you can take the link, copy the link from there. That's the easiest thing to do. That's what I have done. I have just uploaded a logo here, and then there's a way you can just go to the direct link, image link or direct link. The direct link is better since it has a PNG source, and PNG source is easier to do and it shows up in your HTML file. So just copy, straight away copy, go here and paste it, Control V or paste. So you got the image source. There you go. So you already got it. Now this looks too big for the page, for your landing page. It's not in proportion, so I just give it some dimensions. But first of all, when it's an image, remember in HTML, you have to call what is the image about. So I need to say alt equals logo, so that it's identified as a logo here, right? And then you give it the dimensions. Let's give it a width. Let's say width is 100. This is the way you give the problem with code pen sometimes. Okay, it's back to normal. Sorry about that. Width is 100, height, maybe I shouldn't key in type so fast. Okay, height, I'm sorry, I did a mistake here, equals height equals, let's say 70. So just giving it the dimensions, it could be anything, just proportionate with your landing page. There you go, it's proportion down now, settle down to the right size, and then don't forget your image source is self-closing. You remember what is self? You don't need a image tag for closing image tag. It's just self-closing. So if you do this, your image tag is already closed. Right? Now let's save this. So you've got a header now, you've got a logo now. Let's go and check out the test result. Run the test first. There you go. Let's see if we passed in that test. I didn't pass because I forgot to write the ID. See, small things can matter. So the image has to have an ID header image. I forgot that. Okay, let's get it done. ID image source is this, alt is this. Then I can write the ID here. Maybe after the source I can write. or maybe here also, anywhere you can write id equals header image. This is what's provided there, right? So let's see if this is correct. Run the test again. Yeah, passed. So here, there you go, passed. Now, sorry, what is the next test? The next one, within the header element, I can see a nav element with corresponding ID navbar. So I need to achieve this. I need to create a navbar within the. Okay. But before this, if you want to clean up this one, you can also do it this way. So you can create different lines. So like source, image source is this, alt is this. You can do it like this. Width, this is the width. Let's just clean it out using the backspace. You can do it in the beginning also like this. So with height, and then I can bring the ID to the next line just to make it cleaner, so that next time when you refer to your code, you don't get confused later when you're referring to it. So this can be like this. Okay, so now this is more cleaner. So source is here, alt is here, width is here, height is here, ID is here, and then self-closing. Okay, next, within the header, I want to create a navbar. So go here after the logo div, within the header. Remember, this is within the header. The header is still yet, it's not, we've not gone out of the header. So inside this, to create a nav element, that's what it says, the task. So a nav. First, make the nav open and close, right? Sorry, why is it jumping? Okay, now bring it down here. Okay, now I want to give the, according to the task, the nav ID is navbar. So go here, ID equals, so I have to give an ID to the nav, which is navbar, according to the task here. Navbar. Save. Let's check it out again. If you do it this way, task to task, you'll never go wrong. That's the reason freeCodeCamp has set you tasks like this. While doing every task, you're learning something. So you've passed the test. Go inside the test and check out individually which test you have passed. There you go. Within the header element, I can see a nav element. There's a green tick, so that means you passed. Okay, next task. You go and see the next task, which is I can see at least 3 clickable elements inside the nav element, each with the class of nav link. So inside the nav bar, you need to have 3 clickable elements, which has a class of nav link. So this is what I need to achieve now. Now remember, when you create a navbar, it has to have some elements, right? Which if you clickable meaning by which when you're clicking, in this case the task, when you're clicking each element, it will navigate to that section, because normally a landing page or a website would have several sections. And the sections would be pointed out in the nav bar. So as and when you click on that particular element on the nav bar, it is clickable, meaning it will take you to that appropriate, that specific portion within the page. This is to achieve that task, right? So let's see how it's done. Okay, we close this. Where is my keys jumping? Okay. I have a tendency to type fast. Sorry about that. Okay, slow down a bit because this is very important part. Okay, now I'm building a proper navbar element. Okay, so first I want to create three clickable elements, which is in my page. Let's say trends, price, and features, right? So let me start. But before that, as you already know in navbar, you need to have uh, a list element, right? A list element, a list tag, lead tag, and the lead tag is contained in unordered list. Because if you write ordered list, it will be numbered. It will look ugly on a page, right? So we want a list which is not numbered, which is called unordered list, UL tag. You've already done that before. If you've not done that, you'll find the link below, which has a navbar tutorial. Okay, so let's get started. UL, which is the unordered list, open and close, right? Okay, separate that out. Now within this UL tag, unordered list, we need to do the elements. First, again, within this, for each, remember, for each clickable element, I need to have a list tag, open and close. So this is a list tag, open and closed. So the easiest way to remember is put that like this so you don't make a mistake. Then I need the hyperlink, right? In order to make it clickable, I need to have a hyperlink with a hashtag. I'll show you how. This is the hyperlink, a href. Href is a hyperlink and that's the a tag. Okay, equals. This is how you code for the hyperlink. A href equals the hashtag trends, because my element is called clickable element is called trends. So I do hashtag trends within the inverted open and close. Then I close. Then I write trends because that's what I wanted to see on the page. And then I close my a tag. So I got my first link. Next, the next one, again, Lee open and closed. Ahref, for the clickable part, I do the hash and then the name. The next one is price. Okay, but before this, we forget something. We have to give a class to the hyperlink, to the a tag, which is called nav link as per the task. So which we haven't done. So I go here above. A href is this, then class nav, right? And I do the same thing here. I go here, class, this is the task I'm doing, nav link. Okay, done. So for two, I can save. I need one more element here, clickable element. So I go here and then I make one more lead tag. Repeat the same thing. Href, the hashtag. So the last one is features. then the class nav close, call it features, and then close the a tag, the a link tag. This is a link tag, remember. Okay, so this is how you make or create or build a clickable elements inside the page. So when I click on features, when I click on trends, it must take me to the trends part of the page. Price, it should take me to the price part, it will come, and features part will navigate me to the features part. This is the meaning of clickable element on the page. So this is what we achieve, and then we save. We go here, run test. Okay, we go here. Yes, so for test number 4 we pass. Now we have to do the CSS. This doesn't look nice without the CSS, so we do a bit of CSS just for this part, and then we continue the next lesson. Okay, so I need to do the body. Oh yes, there you go. Okay, so you go to the body first. You create the CSS style for the body. Margin 0, font family, cursive, background color, dark cyan. That's up to you, whatever color you want to do. I just go for this color. In the container, remember we had a container class in the beginning. Maximum width, so I do the container maximum width 1000 px. This is personalized, you can do up to your choice, so there's no rule for this, but just do something which looks nice with 100% because I want to cover the whole screen. And then margin 0 auto, so that if there's any browser settings it can be cleared. Display grid, grid template columns, auto. I have a detailed lesson on grid, so I'm not going into that here. I can include a link in the description below. Sorry, there's a typo here. Okay, save this. Now the UL, the unordered list also need to style so that you can get rid of all these signs here. List style type because it looks ugly now. list tile type none, list tile type none. Save. See, oh, you got rid of the bullets. So if you want to get rid of the bullets, the best way is to do list tile type none. Otherwise, you cannot use it for your navigation bar. Margin 0. You don't want a margin. That's again up to you. 0. Because in my navbar I don't want a padding, but if you want a padding you can use. That's totally up to you. What kind of looks you want to achieve. Overflow, hidden, position, fixed, because you don't want it to move. It's a navigation, you want to let it remain on the top. Width 100%. Background color transparent. Save. And the color of the font you want it as white. Again up to you. Styling is totally up to you. I'm just showing you a basic example so you can have your own personalized stuff here. Then the list tag, float left. So it goes like this, from left to right. When you say float left, it will go from left to right, like here in this direction. Okay, next, the list tag, last child. What's the last child here? The features. So do a styling for that. Sorry, I got stuck. Border right, last child, border right, none. I don't want a border for this, right? So I just leave it as none. Now the list tag, you need to do the link. There's a link tag, so you want to style that. Display block, the usual stuff. Color white, color of font. Text align center. Okay, text align center, and then text decoration, because I want to get rid of those lines there, underlines. Text decoration, none. So when you do the text decoration none, as you will see, it gets rid of the underline. And then you have to give it a padding so that it looks nicely spaced. Padding 20 px. Now, otherwise it goes out faster together. So when you give a padding, it gets nicely spaced. Now this looks nice. It's clickable because of the cursive, clickable. But then I haven't created any content for that part of the page. That's why it's not navigating. Once I create that section, it will navigate. Sorry. Okay, save. There's one more thing to do. The top nav, because I call it the top nav, right? So dot width 100%, overflow hidden, top margin 0. Margin from the top is 0. Okay. This is not very important, but the most important part we've already achieved. The other part will cover later. So just run the test, pass the 6 steps. Go there. Okay, I can see 3 clickable part with class of navigation passed already. Now, for the next part, I need to get a button and takes me to the next landing page. So that one I will be covering in the lesson. Yeah. Until then, I have passed 6 tests. So we will see you in the next lesson, where I'll be covering more parts, next 2 lessons, right? Until you pass all the tests. And when you do it like this, you'll remember what you've done, and you can always do a landing page like really very easily next time. So I just save this. You can change the view here. Take a look. Okay, that's for you. So here you've already passed 6 tests, and see you in the next lesson. If you've already not subscribed to my channel, please do remember to subscribe to support my channel, and share and like this page as well with your other student mates. And I promise to make you understand this landing page and other lessons and projects, whatever I'm doing, in a manner that you'll really understand well, because I've been there, like I've been a student like you, so I do really understand what beginners go through in the beginning. So see you in the next lesson. Stay subscribed, stay safe. See you. Bye.